Well, I'm Angie and I'm going to be your implementation specialist. If you have any questions at all at any time, just interrupt me. I'm just going to keep rolling because I know it's the end of your day. You're fried, your brains are fried, and it's you just want to learn and move. So that's what we're going to do. We will go over what Atlas is. We will all log in, make sure everybody can see all their courses and get logged in properly. I'll give you a tour of Atlas. We will begin working on one of your courses' unit calendar and the unit planner. And then we will go over what is in all curriculum, and then I'll show you a few more tools and question and answer. So what is Atlas? It's a centralized curriculum mapping system, so a software. It provides for transparency, which means all teachers can see everybody else's course maps. So the first grade teacher can see the second grade teacher's course maps and so on, which leads to the second bullet point, which is collaboration. So especially in the higher grades, you can see what others are teaching. And so maybe you can work together on some projects. So maybe the English teacher is working on a 5-paragraph essay and the social studies teacher has a topic of interest and you can collaborate. They can write a 5-paragraph essay on a social studies topic. The reporting is also very robust. So as we get stuff into our maps, you can see that there's a lot of ways to pull up standards analysis, see which ones you are hitting, which ones you are missing, what types of assessments you're using, and how many of those assessments you are using compared to other courses. And then there's the search option, which allows you to search your entire database for a particular topic. So let's say that you want to do a Venn diagram assignment in your class, but you need to know if your students even know what a Venn diagram is. You can just go in the search bar, type in the words Venn diagram, and you can see, oh yeah, they learned that in 2nd grade. This is 5th grade, so I shouldn't have to reteach it. We're just going to do the Venn diagram. So we all know that curriculum is organized first by the course, right? That's the big picture where they have the key elements of a course in a written documented form. Then you go into the smaller view of a unit of instruction, typically 2 to 4 weeks. It might be a chapter or a couple of chapters. And then, of course, into your daily lesson plan where you have 1 class period or 2 class periods more detailed. All right, here's where we're going to log in. Here is your URL. Just type this in into your address bar, and then it should walk you through the steps on how to log in. And let me know if you have any trouble.
Do you have an initial password for us to use?
Nope, it should direct you to put your email in, and then it'll ask you to verify your email and set your own password. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to kind of give you a look at your dashboard once you log in, and then we're going to start creating your unit calendar, creating a unit, and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to exit out of the PowerPoint. I don't like to use the PowerPoint very much. I like to just show you so you can try. So here is your dashboard, right? When you log in, it says welcome, and then it should say your name. Up here in the left-hand corner, it says the name of your school and it has your logo. So anytime you want to get back to this page, just click on your school name and it'll bring you back to the dashboard. In the top right-hand corner is just your profile. It's your initials. You can, this is where you would reset your password, all that normal stuff. Right here is a life ring, and that is just your access to the Atlas Help Center support team. Gives you access to what's new in Atlas. There's a ton of videos, help videos that you can watch. There's the Atlas frequently asked questions, Atlas Academy, and webinars. Under the Welcome Atlas, it says today's curriculum. It has the date and it shows you what you would be teaching that day. So this is just because I have sample courses in here. You're going to see that, hey, I have these courses ready ready to teach these topics today. And so once you get stuff built into your units and assigned to dates, it'll show you what you'll be teaching that day. We have, again, the message board over here with some links, what's new in Atlas, upcoming events and webinars, all that fun stuff. On the left-hand side where it says My Courses, this should be a list of the courses that you are currently teaching. So if something looks wrong, doesn't look right, one of your courses is missing, it's very easily fixable, so don't worry. We just have to attach you to the course. And then on the right-hand side, it says Quick Links. This is just buttons that you might use a lot or activities that you might use a lot. I might save reports that I pull, and I can have quick access to them right here. I might have my assessments, quick access right here. So I'm going to go up to the top, and there's a gear shift next to the word customization. And if you click on that, this is where you can customize what you want in your quick links. And I understand you don't probably know what you want in your quick links just yet. You might not know what you're going to be using all the time. But this is where you would toggle on and off what you want in your quick links. And then click on Done, and it will adjust on the front screen here. All right, so what I'm going to do, and what I want you to do, is up at the top where there's a little picture of a house. So Home, My Atlas, click on My Courses, and then you'll see a list of your courses. And then choose one of your courses and click on one of those. Now yours is going to be empty. Yours won't look exactly like mine. Yours will be empty. But this is what a course, a completed course might look like right here. And on the left-hand side is a list of all the units. So in this sample course, there's only 6 units in the social studies 6th grade course. Over here, this is how many weeks you are spending in that unit, how many weeks you're teaching that unit. And what you can do is you can extend it or shorten it if you need to, or you can move it entirely. And I'll show you how to do this when you set it up. I'm just showing you what a course looks like, the academic calendar looks like here. And then if I click on any one of the units, it's going to show me all of the detailed information of what's in that unit, the objectives, instructional strategies, biblical integration, assessments, resources, all that fun stuff. So I'm going to click on a different course. I don't know if anybody's using this right now, but I'm going to click on just algebra. So your courses look like this. It's blank. It's ready to be started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is click on Add New Unit, which is this blue button right here. And it says Add New Unit to the course, Algebra 1. You're going to type in the name of the first unit, whatever that might be. Don't put in title of Unit 1. Put in something specific, right? And then you can assign it from when you're going to start teaching it to when you'll be done teaching it. So I'm just going to use week 1 to week 2. Underneath that, there is a checkbox that says draft. And by checking this box, this unit will only be visible to you and other curriculum developers of this course. So basically, if you don't want anybody to see your course map until it's done, you can click on this checkbox. Otherwise, if you don't care if people see it while it's in draft, just leave it blank. And then you can assign a color to the time frame also, and then click on Save. So there's my first unit. So the first thing you're going to want to do is add your unit titles to one of your courses, right? So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to put in the title of Unit 2. I'm going to add it in there. This is the quick and easy thing you want to do first is just adding in the titles of your units to one of your courses. Now, once I start, yeah.
Do you have to put in a time? Can you put a start date and not an end date, or does it force you as a required form field to put in the timestamp?
It forces you, but you can always, once it's in there, you can always change it. It's not, you don't have to, but it's going to force you to put that in there. I do believe, I mean, I guess let me check. Well, yeah, there's no other option. You have to put something in there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so once I have a few units in here, I just want to show you. If you want to edit one of the unit titles, you just click on the drop-down arrow. Click on Edit Settings. You can change the title. You can change the dates in here. And then click on Save. But let's say I want to delete a unit. I don't use it. It's pointless. You can click on Move to Recycle Bin. And it wants to confirm. Yep, I do. What's important here to note is that it's not deleted. It's just sitting in this recycle bin, so you aren't losing it. If you don't want it on your course map this year, but maybe you're going to use it next year, that's fine. Just go into the recycle bin, check mark that box, and click on Restore, and it's going to go back into your course map. So it's never going to be deleted. Right here, you can see course description. If you have a little paragraph or a little blurb you want to put in there about your course description, maybe it's something that comes from your syllabus too, you can put that there. You can add a picture, a link. You can add an attachment. You could add your syllabus here. You could attach your syllabus here. There's text color. There's lots of things you can do to make it pretty if you want to do that. And then you can also copy a unit if you want to. Let's say you're going to have something very similar for the next unit, the same setup, but you're just going to change some of the information. You could copy it and save yourself some time and edit that way. So what I want to do right now is give you about 5 minutes to start adding in some titles of units in one of your courses and assigning them some dates. And let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to set my own timer here for 5 minutes so you can start doing this a little bit. And let me know if you have any questions. All right, how are we doing? My 5-minute timer just went off. Questions?
Thank you.
We ready to dig into one of the units?
Yeah.
All righty. So now that you have a couple of the units typed in there, I do also want to show you if you want to move one of these units, because we know that we don't always teach our units in the order that they are in the book. You can click on these dots on the left-hand side, drag and drop if you want to move them around at any time. I know sometimes when I was teaching, there might be some units where they were kind of elective. If I had time, I just move them to the end. So if I had time, I was going to go teach those units. So I'm going to click into one of the units. So I'll have you do the same. Just click on the title and it kind of brings you into a worksheet here or a template. You'll see we have standards, objectives, instructional strategies, biblical integration, assessments, and resources. So if I go back up to the top, the standards, you're just going to click on that Choose Standards button. And then where it says Browse Standards, you can choose your subject area. So this one was Social Studies, I think. So I'm going to click on Social Studies. Oh, no, this was Math. I'm sorry. I'm going to go into Math. And then you can choose the grade. And then from there, it filters just that grade level and just that subject area for standards. If you are looking for a specific standard with a key term, you can just type it in up here where it says search standards. Otherwise, if you know which ones you are hitting, you just click on the ones you're hitting, put the check mark in there, and then click on save. And now they are in there. What's really cool, again, if I go back in here, it's going to show me how many times I've hit it in this unit. And then once we get into the assessments, it'll show me how many, what assessments have hit the standards too. The next thing, if I scroll down a little bit under objectives, there's a light gray box. And if you click in that light gray box, it brings up a text box with a bunch of formatting options. Again, you have the text color, background color, bold, italicized, underline. I don't know why you'd need strike through, but it's in there. I'm sure that's a default setting. You can use numbering, bulleting. You can put links in there, pictures, videos, all that good stuff. So for the objectives here, this is where you would just type in your objectives or copy and paste in your objectives. You can add an attachment at any time to any one of these sections, a website link, a file attachment, a lesson attachment, or Google Drive. You can link to your Google Drive. Instructional strategies. This is really cool too. You can see this magic wand is above every text box or heading, and that's our AI button. So if I click on this AI magic wand, it's going to use Algebra 1. It's going to use the title of my unit. It's going to use the category name of instructional strategies. It's going to use the standards that I've selected. And then you can type in any other information you want in here or nothing, and then click on submit, and it will generate a bunch of ideas for me to teach those standards to my students and how to do that. So you can use that for any one of the text boxes, which is really, really cool. I can click on add to instructional strategies and close, and then I can kind of pick and choose from there. So it has create stations, use formative assessments, incorporate technology. So there's lots of different ideas that you can use from there. Or of course, you can just type in your own stuff that you've been using, but this is there for your benefit if you want to come up with some new ideas. This is really cool for the biblical integration also. If I use the magic wand, if I use AI, it will bring in verses related to the topic that you're teaching on. So that's really, really cool too. When it comes to assessments, that's kind of like standards where it's a button. So you would click on add new assessment. I would type in my assessment name. I would be more descriptive than this, right? Here I'm going to choose which standards I am assessing in this particular assessment. It's going to want me to choose between formative, summative, or diagnostic. I'm going to do summative. What method am I using? There's different options you can choose from. Oral assessment, performance demonstration, project portfolio, selected response, written product, document-based question, free response question, multiple choice question. So maybe I'm going to do multiple choice. You have another option too. You can have more than one option. So maybe you have a project and a written, you can do more than one in one assessment. And then you can describe it here if you want to. You can add an attachment. You could add your assessment here. You could add a rubric here. and then you would click on save, and then it's all in there for you. And then the last box is just for resources. You type in what resources you would need for this particular unit. So what I'm going to do now is give you another 5 minutes or so to start filling in one of your units. And let me know if you have any questions.
Oh, that helps. Thank you.
I had a quick question. Um, as an administrator, am I only able to edit courses that I'm a part of, or is it possible for me to be able to edit all courses like within the lower school?
You can get access to edit any of the courses if you want to. I'm not sure if you have that already, but I can check and we can make that happen. What's your last name?
Backus, B-A-C-K-U-S.
Yep. Let's see here. Do you want all level editing privileges or just a school level?
Yeah, just lower school.
Okay. Now you can.
Okay,
If
thank you.
You might have to refresh, but yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Angie, can you do the same for Erin Kahn for all the upper? Thank you.
And if you are an admin, which you are, you actually have the ability to do this too. So if you need to give somebody access later, you can do that. Do you want middle school for Khan or just high school?
Both, please.
Okay. So yeah, you can do this too. I can do it for you, but if there's somebody later on that you want to do that too, just go into the admin manage users, click on the drop down arrow, edit, and then you can choose all levels, school level, and then change it. All right, are we ready to move on? Any questions about getting into the units and putting information in? It just takes time. You just kind of have to get used to it like you do with most new computer software programs. A few more things to show you. Once you get going and information is put in and you have stuff that you want to review, there are lots of different reports you can pull. Now, right now, there's not going to be much that's going to come from that. But if you're interested in any of these reports, you can pull it up. And this one is one of my favorites. This just shows me right now all the assessments that are within the whole database, and it's largely due to the sample courses that are in there, but it's just going to show you what types of assessments are in your site. In the top right-hand corner, there's a question mark on any screen at all times. And if I am on a page and I have a question about something on this page, if you click on that question mark, it's going to bring you to a help page that has everything related to the page that you're on. So that's another very useful tool as you're going through the site. It shows me everything I need to know. It even takes me to the different reports. If I wanted to learn about the unit overview report, I could look at that. We have, comparative unit calendars. You can compare your calendar with somebody else's calendar to see if you might be able to collaborate on a topic. But that really comes into play once we have the information in your units. If I click on all curriculum, the second option, and then all courses, yeah.
We were piqued by the idea of comparing calendars, and have you ever had feedback that teachers use the calendar feature to just know when they're giving assessments on a specific day? Like sometimes, we have 4 tests on a Thursday. Is that a way other educators can go in and say, well, I don't want to add my test on Thursday?
It doesn't drill down that far. I know when I was teaching, we had that same issue. There just isn't a good option, it seems like, but no, we don't.
Got it. Thank you.
Good question, though. All right, so under all curriculum, all courses, this is just a list of all the courses in your database. So everybody can see this. You can look through all of them, and then you can click on any one of them too. So if you wanted to see something, you would just click on that course and you'd be able to see everything that's in their course map. You could not edit it unless you were a teacher that is attached to that course, but you could look at it so everybody has access to everybody else's stuff. That's the transparency of Atlas. It's helpful. It's good to know. So if I clicked on, I wonder if any of these AP courses, no, okay. And then again, reports, I just went over that. This communities icon, we have exemplars, PLCs that you can become a part of or create your own PLC with other schools. What's widely used under this is public sites. So we have a list of some Atlas schools who have made their Atlas site public for other Atlas schools. So if I click on Oakland schools, it shows me, if I click on all curriculum, all courses, I can see a list of all of their courses. And I was working on Algebra 1. So I'm going to click on their Algebra 1 course. And then it shows me, okay, here's their course description. Here's their calendar. This is how they are dividing their units. This is how they are pacing their units. If I click on one of their units, I can even go in and see how they have set up their unit template. So they have some questions and enduring understandings. They have a graphic organizer in there. This is not common, just so you know, don't feel like you have to do that. They have an abstract from their unit. They have uploaded some attachments. They have their standards, essential questions, key concepts. So this is just what their map looks like. And then they have all of their attachments here too. But you can go in and see how other schools are using Atlas by going to the public site if you wanted to do that. I'm not sure if there's any from Ohio in there. Nope, there's not. I was going to say you could look up one from Ohio, but there's not one in there. And then again, at any time when you want to go back to the dashboard, click on your school name. It's going to take you right to that front page again. You can go to My Courses. It's just getting used to all of these where things are. It just takes time, but this is where I was in my unit. I think that's all that I wanted to show you. So you can ask me any questions. You can sit and work while I am here, so you can ask any questions. You just let me know what you need from me.
I had a quick question about like the BJU curriculum. So let's say fifth grade social studies utilizes BJU curriculum. How would we get that to populate?
Let me see if we
I did
put
change
that
it.
in.
It was originally listed as lower school, and then I changed it to BJU, but then it stayed the same. Like there's no other population of that curriculum in there.
What grade was it again?
Fifth grade.
Because I see we have some positive action. Okay, let me do this. So we have a
That's the
social.
one I just changed, but
Oh, okay.
all of the lower school was just listed as lower school, but we do have a lot that utilize the BJU curriculum.
I wonder if did you provide me with a list of their curriculum? Do you
Yes,
remember?
I did.
Okay. Because that should be in there. Do you mind sending that to me real quick again, or just putting a link somewhere so that I can get that?
Sure. Missy, do we still have the link to that?
Oh, I have it right here. It's right here
Oh,
on
okay.
my screen. I wonder, I'll have to check on that. I'll check on that and they'll get it
Okay.
in there.
Thank you.
So don't put that information in there because that would
Got
be a
it.
waste of your time.
Sounds great. Thank you.
don't- Yeah. But let's look, and I wonder, we can look at some of the stuff that was imported from other ones because I see that we have positive action. So I don't know why we didn't have the BJU in there. Because it looks like they did something. Hold on just a second. Let me pull up the list I have. Yeah, we should have all these. That's a big list. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why that's not in there. Interesting. Because this random one, here's this one. I don't know. I don't know why the BJU ones didn't get in there because that's a lot. We want to make sure that you get that in there. So for the ones that will be loaded, like the BJU, this is what it will look like, and the teacher will just have to kind of manipulate the time frames, but all the information's in there, and except for the standards, of course, you got to put the standards in there. But all that other information will be in there, and so you won't have to do all that. But when we put them in there, you'll just have to manipulate the due dates, but that's easy. Good question, though. I'm glad you caught that because that's a big benefit is having all this stuff done for you.
Angie, is now a good time for a question?
Absolutely.
I saw in one of your exemplars some additional things that were in the unit plans, looking like some understanding by design with essential questions and links to that. We don't have that currently in our unit plans. Is this customizable where we could add that for our teachers?
Yeah, we can change the template at any time.
Okay.
So, and you can too, but we're more than happy to do that.
Okay.
Right now we have, let me see. This is the template. We have standards, objective, instructional strategies, biblical integration, assessments, and resources. That's just our default
Okay.
kind of template, but we can change that at any time.
Okay. So if we wanted to add something like fully customizable for our school, like professional skills, kind of like in-game skills, we would probably want integration, essential vocabulary, essential questions, all of those kinds of things. Maybe like further down the road but definitely like professional skills at the X will be something. So we do that with you guys if we want something configured in the unit plans. Is that correct?
You can do it with us or you can do it on your own. We are happy to do it for you, but you do have the capability to do it. It's just under the admin dashboard, and then you would add the categories right here. Actually, it's already there.
Yeah, I had added it before.
So it's there. So when you want to change your template, all you have to do, oops, let me X out of this.
Is this a K-12? Like we can't keep one template for 6-12 and another for K-5.
You can right here. There we have an upper school template and then just a general template. It looks like.
Okay, that's really helpful because our littles have many professional skills coming out of their courses, but definitely at our upper school.
Yeah, it looks like for the upper school, it's in there. Like there's enduring understandings, key vocabulary, professional skills in that template for the upper schools. It
seems like, Angie, from our view, that it looks like, because I have a biology course that I'm in right now, and it looks like I have a general template. How do we get the upper school template if we're teaching an upper school course? We'll move all those over to that for you. I'm making a note right now. Okay, and work will be saved? Yes. Do you want the middle school and high school for that? Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. Yep, the work won't be lost because there's a lot of the same categories. It'll just add those new categories to it. Yeah, good.
And I obviously the curriculum is very similar for an honors and a non-honors. So when I set up my honors, can I copy it
Mhm.
to my and then adjust it? I think I missed that. My computer.
Yeah,
doesn't
you can copy units. So let me go back to.
I couldn't figure out how to get it.
There's that arrow there.
Yeah, I
and it
did
says
that.
copy.
But then how do I get it into the right course? See, yeah, I
Oh,
copied them.
into
Into the one that's already named instead of just
Yes.
making a new, yeah,
Yes.
that's a great question.
so once you click on copy, I don't know if you saw me do that. So I'll go back in here. So if I click on this drop down arrow and do copy unit, it's going to choose a course to copy from algebra, and I can do all of them at once they're all in there. And then choose a course to copy to, and then it should be down there, and you can choose the course, check all, change, and copy units, and then it will go into there.
And I missed that.
Do you want me to show you again?
No, I think I have it. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
And also at any time, again, there's these videos, this life ring with videos that you can search, and they're just, quick little videos showing you how to do things.
Angie, is the upper school template customizable down to the like order in which we put the different domain unit?
Yep.
It is. I got it.
Yep.
Okay.
If you click on manage unit templates and then the edit pencil, you can drag and drop things where you want them to be. If you want to take something out, you can take something out, add it back in. You can do them side by side, just dragging and dropping. Angie, can you show us like a PDF dump out of a completed unit? So like what it looks like? Yep, let me go in here. So you go to actions, and let me see what happens here. If this is just, nope, that's just that. You might have to go in unit by unit and do that. You'd have to go into each unit separately and print it. Do you need it printed out for some reason? Oh, I'm just comparing this to some curriculum mapping work that I've done. Just comparing really and the templating and the formatting and just wanted to, that's fine. That answers my question. Yep. I was just asking if you, just because I know some schools will print out all of their curriculum mapping for like an accreditation, and you wouldn't necessarily need to do that. A lot of times you can give the accreditation team guest access to your Atlas site so that they can look at it instead of having to print these mountains of paperwork.
Angie, I was going to email you about this, but is there any way, I tried to look from the admin site, is there any way to remove Ohio standards that we would not be using just to make it more, just to make the list more user friendly?
We can do that for you.
Perfect. If I send of those, can I just have you remove them then?
Yeah, just let me know which ones you don't want on there and we can easily remove them. Yes.
Great. Okay, I'll just email that list to you.
Okay.
To begin. Like I think it's great. It's just so user.
Hey Angie, I think we really appreciate your time today. We're excited to keep playing with the product and moving forward. So I think we're good for now and can reach out via email if we need anything else.
Okay. Yep, feel free. I will get that list of courses, textbooks, published curriculum into your database. I'm not sure why a lot of that didn't get in there. So I'm going to work on that right now and send that to our team. We will get your middle school and high school courses onto the upper school template. And then when I hear back from you about the standards, we will get those removed from your site.
Thank you. And just to clarify, if we manipulate the upper school template, it will automatically push out the updated version after you have the middle school and high school teachers added to that.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Well, you have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Angie.
Mm-hmm. Bye.